The Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. We have learned so far that the pyramids have nothing to do with the pharaohs and the tombs. The pyramids are structure, geometry, architecture. 7 years ago, I first came to the central Bosnian town of Visoko, which is about 20 miles northwest from the capital city of Sarajevo. The reason for me to go there was the invitation from the local museum to see their exhibition. It had nothing to do with the pyramids. For the longest time, they considered this a natural hill. But after 25 years of pyramid investigation all over the world, after my PhD about the Mayan pyramids and temples, when I saw the perfect geometry, 4 sides, triangular faces, obvious corners, the same slope, and when I took a compass which showed me north, south, east, west, I immediately knew that this was not a natural formation, but artificial construction, a structure under the layers of soil and vegetation. So let's see how it looks like from the air. The town of Visoko, 20,000 people, 2 rivers here. The eastern slope of the pyramid, north. The last 7 years we got a very interesting phenomenon in Southern Europe. For the first time, a non-profit, non-government organization was formed to do the archaeological digging under the name the Archaeological Park Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun Foundation. In the last 7 years we have spent over 300,000 hours on archaeological digging, sample testing, lab analysis and radiocarbon dating. And we've concluded and in the central valley of Visoko, we have at least 5 pyramids, which we named the pyramids of the Sun, Moon, Dragon, Earth, Love, with a huge network of underground tunnels. And we named the whole valley the Bosnian Valley of the Pyramids. When we compare the sizes, this is that colossal Mexican Pyramid of the Sun.
Wow.
This is the Great Pyramid of Egypt, 74, 147. And from this point up is the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun, 220 meters, 3 times larger than the Mexican Pyramid of the Sun. Traveling all around the world, investigating the pyramids, I concluded that there are 7 criteria which structure has to fulfill in order to be called a pyramid. And those 7 elements are, the first one, geometry. Of course you have to have geometry of the pyramids. In most cases 4 sides. Of course, from a geometrical standpoint they can be 3 or 5. We talk about the Chinese pyramids, the ones in Mauritius, Mayan pyramids. The second element, the orientation. For some reason, all the Chinese pyramids oriented to the north. Most of the oldest Egyptian pyramids, north. Most of the Peruvian, all the Cahokia pyramids, Bosnian also. The third element, construction material. The builders were using a local construction material. In Peru, as you could see, it was adobe bricks. They would take clay, desert sand, water, mix it, put it in the molds, under the sun. 25 days later, they have construction material. In Guatemala, they shaped volcanic stones. 32 volcano in Guatemala. In Mexico, they were using sandstone. In Egypt, they were using limestone and granite. In Bosnia, as we will see, they use a river conglomerate to make a concrete. The next element, the inner passageways. Egyptian, Chinese, Mexican pyramids, they do have those inner tunnels. The fifth element, the underground tunnels as a part of the complex. The sixth element, water, always extremely important for the pyramid builders. Location, the water above the ground and especially underground water streams. And the seventh element, the sacred geometry. As we will see, all seven elements are fulfilled in the case of Bosnian pyramids. One of the young men from the city of Sarajevo did his master thesis about the Bosnian pyramids. When he exposed the Pyramid Valley to different lights from different angles, he was able to come up with this illustration, which tells us that the original size of the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun is not only from here, 220 meters, but it extends all the way to the bottom of the valley. And now we are talking over 360 meters, 1100 feet. When I announced that the Bosnian pyramid is larger than Egyptian ones, I shocked the archaeological community. But obviously the real size will another shock. So if you go back to the time, this is four-dimensional visualization of the Pyramid Valley in Bosnia. Three main pyramids, the Sun, the Moon, and Dragon. When we connect their tops, form a perfect equilateral triangle. Between the Sun and the Moon, 2,170 meters, approximately 1.3 miles. Moon to Dragon, 2070, Dragon to Sun, 2070. We have inner angles at 60 degrees. Top of the Love, Earth, and River Fornica, another equilateral triangle. Triangle within a triangle, sacred geometry. Now, when we extend those lines to the place where two rivers meet, we're getting a new point. And we're getting a base for the flower of life. The middle is, of course, the middle point in all triangles. And if we play some more, again, using the middle, the triangles, we are getting a sacred cube also. When we looked from the top of the Sun Pyramid, just before the sunset, at the most important day for the ancients, the summer solstice, the shadow of the Sun Pyramid, comparing to locations of the western slope of the Moon Pyramid, we could conclude that this shadow formed another pyramid just next to this one, like we are looking at the mirror, with the same height. 2 months later, we still follow the shadow of the Sun Pyramid, the western slope of the Moon, 6:30 p.m., 7:30 p.m., the sunset, the shadow completely covers the Moon Pyramid, with the top of the shadow touching the top of the Moon Pyramid. In a symbolical way, the builders are telling us the rule of the sun and the day is over, and the rule of the night and the moon starts. That's why we name them the pyramids of the sun and the moon. I've seen hundreds of pyramids with such name all over the world, but never such an obvious astronomical relation like here in Bosnia. We applied very sophisticated analysis, which is called satellite thermal analysis, to find out whether we have some artificial structures in the Visoko Valley. We measured the temperatures during the daytime and during the nighttime, and then we were checking the energy, the heat loss. If we have a case of natural hills, the heat loss is very slow because they are very compact. But if we have artificial structures due to existence of inner passageways, chambers, the energy is lost very quickly. This analysis showed us that the biggest and the quickest heat loss is in the case of the Sun Pyramid, Moon, Dragon, and Love. Our friend Dr. Harry Oldfield from the UK developed so-called PIP camera, which is based on Kirlian photography, which was invented 50 years ago. Now, Harry Oldfield had his camera for about 10 years. What he can do, he can film what he called bioenergy fields, which are not visible to the naked human eye. And they can show us very interesting energy phenomena. For example, he filmed a natural hill in Bosnia, a pointy hill. And we could notice that those bioenergy fields above the hill are horizontal, and they are fixed, they don't move. Then he filmed a Bosnian village. Again, those fields are horizontal, the red one, the green one, the blue one. And then he filmed the Bosnian Pyramid of the Sun. Here it is, the town of Visoko. And those fields are all vertical. Now, for the first time in the pyramid science, which has not been established yet, you will be able to see how the energy works in the case of pyramids. The Sun Pyramid, disregard this, this is not part of today's lecture. The Sun Pyramid, the red is the energy inside the pyramid, and you will see how it accumulates. Look at the red, look how much red we have. And then the energy got released to the top. By getting released, it's hitting those horizontal energy fields, they are becoming vertical. Well, since Stewart is here, now obviously something is using the pyramid as the fuel station.